Hi guys, thank you for watching. This is Amir's second week of life update and my postpartum second week update. So Amir had just turned one, or he had completed his first week of life the past Friday, or not the past Friday, Friday before. Sorry, this gets so confusing. And I'm going to sort of go chronologically by date, but I don't need to tell you everything that we did every day because it's probably boring. It's, we did have kind of a lot going on this week, but I'll kind of try to go in chronological order. I will talk about kind of like things that I'm dealing with myself, my postpartum healing, symptoms, emotions, all that stuff, and then also any updates with him. So I am going to try to stay in order, but forgive me, I'm exhausted and I've got a million things going on my mind. I've got such a mess to clean up, so forgive the background, forgive my appearance, but yes, I'm going to stop trying to be so wordy with this opening and I will go ahead and start. So yes, we had a very nice kind of chilled out weekend. After he turned 1 week, I have to just say that I really feel like very lucky and blessed that our baby is super calm and he's a pretty easy baby, I have to say. In comparison to like what my sister has told me that she went through and what I experienced with her going through with her kids and also other people that I know. So I feel very fortunate that, we have just such an easygoing baby. He, for the most part, he's very sleepy. Like right now, he's so sleepy. And, I know all newborns are sleepy and they sleep a lot. And, obviously they sleep a lot. And, kind of the routine is sleep, poop, and eat. Or sleep, eat, poop, whatever. But, he really is good. He hardly ever cries unless he really needs something. Or if we can't really understand what his needs are, but we really try to pay attention to his signals, like his rooting, or sucking on his hands. I can usually tell if he's hungry, even though he is kind of a sucky baby. He likes passies and things like that. But he does need to be comforted and, kind of cuddled before he goes to sleep or nursed before he goes to sleep. But he pretty much, will lay down and go to sleep. He doesn't sleep forever at night. He does sleep for probably anywhere from an hour and a half to a maximum of 3 hours at a time at night. And he'll wake up on his own to be fed, or if he, and then we'll change him, and, but he does go usually back to sleep right away, and it's pretty simple, or pretty easy right now. Now, I hate saying that out loud because I'm so afraid that, like, the other shoe is going to drop, and after I record this, he's going to go crazy at night and not sleep, and we're going to have all these issues, so knock on wood, that doesn't happen, but I'm very glad and fortunate to have such a easygoing baby. Really, love him regardless, but it's so nice, to be a first-time mom and have an easygoing baby, newborn baby. So, now as far as his routine, we haven't really established a set routine, but I'd say that he pretty much will wake up, with the exception of the last couple days, we'll wake up around 10:30, anywhere from 10:30 to 11:30, and we'll get the day going. He will be awake for usually like a few hours in the morning, and then he'll start falling asleep, as far as this is his sleep routine, sorry, and he'll usually fall asleep for, well, actually, if I don't wake him up, he will sleep probably a good solid 4 hours. Like, he really does not want to be woken up to nurse, so I really have to, to get his diaper changed, even if he doesn't have a dirty diaper, but usually he does, to kind of wake him up, and then he'll nurse, and usually falls asleep at the boob, so he doesn't usually eat that much right away after that, initial time that he's awake, or during his, like, midday nap. And then, he'll go to sleep, so it really is nice. I've gotten a chance to get stuff done around the house, with the exception of the last couple of days, so that's hence why it's kind of a mess. But, you know, for the most part, I'm able to get things done and to relax a little bit. But I definitely have him with me, you know, at all times. He's always in the room with me, or I'm baby wearing him because I want him close to me, and, you know, he definitely is more comforted that way. Then he will wake up probably for a couple hours, or not a couple hours, probably 45 minutes to an hour maximum. And then he'll go back to sleep, and he will sleep again, like hardcore knocked out. Like I have to like watch him, like I watch his like chest rise and fall because he's so silent, like in a deep newborn sleep. So again, I have to do that where, you know, I either have to change his diaper, or sometimes I even have to like wet his face with a wipe so I can get him to wake up a little bit to nurse. But then he'll probably sleep until anywhere from 8:30 until 10:30. Pretty much. He is very sleepy, definitely. And then he's up for a couple of hours again. I'd say anywhere from an hour to about 2.5 hours. So we're kind of going to bed pretty late usually. So that's why we sleep in a little bit. Now he sleeps super soundly during the day. However, at night, he's a pretty good sleeper in the fact that he goes right back to sleep after feedings. However, he's definitely he seems very uncomfortable when he's sleeping at night. And he is grunty and noisy, and he arches his back and he's really kicking his feet out, and I was really worried that he had really bad gas. I mean, he does have gas, all newborns have gas, but he's a loud farter, and he's pooping, and, you know, everything seems pretty normal, but he is definitely a loud sleeper, and I get kind of worried about him, you know, that he's so grunty. It's like one or the other. Either I'm worried because he's so loud that he's uncomfortable, or I'm worried because he's too comfortable, you know, and I have to watch him. I don't know. You can never be happy. You're always worried, I suppose. But as far as getting up at night, he probably wakes up about 2 to 3 times, occasionally 4 times, anywhere from an hour and a half to 3 hours. He will sleep at night in blocks, and then, you know, have a quick feeding and change, and he pretty much goes right back to sleep. So I'm usually lucky with that. There's exceptions, however. Last couple of nights have not been the best. Oh my gosh, he's so cute. His little sounds. Yeah, no, as far as, that's our sleep kind of. As far as feedings go, he's a great eater. He is usually up for, a feeding. You know, he doesn't always, you know, eat the whole time, but he will kind of sleep at the boob for a little bit, and I do let him do that, you know, because he'll, every once in a while, suck to get some milk out, so I don't want him not to have the opportunity to, you know, get as much milk as he needs. But, you know, after a certain time, I know he's just totally zonked out, so then we'll take him off, and I'll try to get him to burp, but when he's sleepy, it's so hard to do that. Yeah, I really haven't had many problems breastfeeding. I do, however, right now have a blocked milk duct. Again, I mentioned that in my first week of life postpartum pregnancy vlog. This is the first one I've had though since then, so I'm pretty lucky. But let me tell you, those things hurt. It is pressure, heat. It is not a fun thing to have, and you just feel kind of like mopey. But he has partially gotten it out, and I want to say he got it out because the way that you get it out is either to pump or to nurse. That's usually how you get it out, because they kind of or the pump sucks it out kind of, and it doesn't always come out all at once. Like, he's partially got it out, and it's still in there. I can, you know, feel like it's still sore, so I think that still needs to be done. So usually within a couple of feedings, he can get it out. From the last time, that's what happened, and that's kind of what happened today. So other than that, I really can't complain about breastfeeding. Yes, it is time consuming. You know, depending on if it's during the day or at night. He tends to definitely nurse longer at night, but during the day, because he's such a sound sleeper, when I have to wake him up for feeding, when he's awake and I feed him, he is pretty fast, but he's you know, he can very efficient in getting the milk out. But when you wake him up when he's sleeping, like that hardcore sleeping during the day, he's definitely not as efficient, and he'll probably only nurse for about 4 or 5 minutes, and then he'll fall asleep, and every once in a while suck at the boob a little bit for or to suck for milk. So yeah, so I really don't have much to say about that. I'm very happy with how breastfeeding has gone. However, I did take him out to the mall. So we went out a lot this week, let me tell you. We had lots of stuff going on. But I guess we took him to the mall, and I took him to the to get newborn photos, and I'll talk about that a little bit. But I just want to say it's really challenging, however, to nurse in public. Now that we've got nursing down pretty much for the most part at home, the only thing I can say is I really wish I had like a rocker or a glider, excuse me, somewhere specified to nurse, because it's really difficult on my back. I'm like hunched over. It's not very good for my back. So I'm definitely thinking about investing in one of those rocker glider things to nurse. So yeah, anyway, so when we went out, it was definitely a challenge. Thankfully at the photo place, it was really dead. It was a Wednesday, so there wasn't hardly anybody there, and they did let me nurse in the fitting room, a changing room, so that wasn't too bad. But it's definitely hard when you have them out and you don't have your bobby pillow. You know, you're really trying to, like, you know, angle them, and sometimes he doesn't want to latch right away on, for some reason my left boob, he doesn't want to latch right away. He does latch, but for some reason it's a little bit harder for him to get that one. So if it's that boob's turn, I do block nursing, so I will feed usually on one boob at a time. Sometimes if I can tell he's still hungry and that boob feels empty, I will put him on the other one. So, but usually it's one boob per feeding. So if it's that boob's turn, you know, it's a little bit more difficult. And especially if you're trying to angle and you're trying to get privacy, which is the issue I dealt with at the mall. I don't know why. It was really stupid. And I brought him to the mall on a Saturday. And this is a very, very busy, popular mall with tons of tourists and just really crazy busy. And there was an event going on as well. I didn't know that. Otherwise I wouldn't have gone. Incidentally, that was my first event with a stroller, so we'll talk about that. But it's difficult because I didn't buy a nursing cover. I don't know if I will. I don't know if it's important for me to invest in that or not. I've heard a lot of people, what I did, and a lot of people do, is they tuck in a blanket or receiving blanket or whatever into your bra, and you just kind of drape it over, which I felt like that worked fine once he was latched. But it's really hard to latch because I have like my head under the blanket, and I'm trying to like get him to do it, and I'm trying to do this in a very discreet way so that people are not like, you know, what are you doing? And I know you should not be afraid or ashamed of nursing or breastfeeding in public, because it is the best thing for your baby. But, you know, it does make you feel awkward. I mean, it is a private part of your body, but I mean, you just have to get over it and, you know, just kind of bite the bullet and do it. And I ended up getting milk squirted everywhere, all over me, all over him. So I had milk stain on my shirt. Thankfully, I had another outfit for him, so I was able to change him when we were at the mall, and it wasn't a big issue at the photography place because we thankfully got a private area to nurse. But there's not always a private place, so definitely going to be a challenge for me to get used to it. But I know that we will eventually, because we adjusted to nursing at home, and I know it's just a matter of practice and, you know, experience. So yes, we had an OB appointment on Monday, and that was great. OB home care appointment, sorry. It was for me and him. Just the nurse came by to our house, and my house or my apartment, and checked up on us, and he gained weight. He was 8.2 ounces, so that was excellent. That everything checked out fine. We had another outing on Tuesday with Daddy. That's his day off, and, you know, we just kind of enjoyed lunch out, and I ended up leaving him alone for the first time for an hour while I went to the mall to try and find something for his pictures, because everything that we bought was way too warm, or way too it's for warm weather, which we're supposed to be having at least decently warm weather, but we're having freezing cold weather and snow here, so I needed something that would work for his little outfit, or his pictures, for his an outfit for his pictures. So I quickly went to the mall because yeah, my husband didn't want to go, and we just thought it would be kind of hectic with the baby after we'd already been out for so long. So I came home, I fed him, and I went to the mall, and I was quick. I was there, I was there for like 45 minutes, and then I was back within the hour. So we got an outfit for him, and then Wednesday he had his newborn photos, and that was really fun. He was so good, and he was pretty much awake the entire time. We did have to stop in the middle for a feeding, and it was really lucky that the photographer let us do that, because I know usually they're on a strict schedule, but because it was kind of a slow day, I think she just kind of didn't have anything else going on, so she let us do that, and it helped because he needed a little pick-me-up, and he was really getting sucky with his hands, and it was hard to take pictures like in certain poses, but they were so cute. It was a really great deal. We went to Portrait Innovations. I know that's a big chain. They probably have them, you know, I don't know if they have them everywhere, but they are a nationwide chain. So the photographer did an excellent job. We got 9 poses, and they're just the cutest, and he only cried for one picture out of the whole thing. That they took like 30 some pictures, and he was only crying in one. He did such an awesome job, and I love the pictures. If there was a way that I could figure out how to do like a collage or something, a slideshow of the pictures, I will maybe try to do that if somebody's interested, because they're so cute. But again, he's my baby. I just think he's the cutest thing on earth. But if somebody's interested, let me know, and I will try to do that, because now after this week I won't have school stuff, so I should have a little bit of time to do that. So we got a bunch of pictures, and I'm gonna do my own baby announcement cards with the pictures that we took. I just thought it would be kind of a nice personal touch, and I like doing crafts even though I'm not great at them. So and then Thursday we had his 2nd week appointment with with the doctor. Talking? Yeah, that went really well. He was 8 pounds, 12 ounces, and the doctor was just saying how awesome he's doing, and that it's almost unheard of, the weight gain that he's had, and it's just showing how great and healthy he's doing. And I asked her about bathing, because I wasn't sure about whether or not we should be bathing him in like a regular bathtub, because although his umbilical cord fell off, I wasn't sure if it was completely, like, because there's still kind of like a little bit of a brown part, so I wasn't sure if I should be giving him sponge baths or like a regular bath, and she said it was perfectly fine to do that. And then what else did we talk about? I had asked her about his grunting, because I was really worried about at night. Like I said, he's really grunty, and he's really a restless sleeper, and I was worried that he might be in pain, and I don't want, obviously you don't want to see your baby in pain. And I actually had kind of mentioned it to the OB home care nurse, and she kind of said don't use the grape water, but I wanted to check because we did use it once and it seemed to help him. And she said that you don't need to use the grape water because his body is kind of adjusting, but if you feel like, he is uncomfortable, you can use it, but she said he doesn't need it. So I don't know. I think that it helps him. He seems to sleep more soundly, so we do give it to him when he is having a little bit of looks like a hard time. He might be straining to poop, or straining to get gas out, and I just feel more at peace when he's at peace, if you know what I'm saying. So she didn't say we couldn't use them. She just said we could if we wanted, but he didn't have to. And because I feel like it is more of a natural type of medication, we could use it. So also, I had asked her about the vitamin D drops, because I had heard from my husband's friend that the doctor recommended they get vitamin D drops, and she said that she thinks it's a conspiracy against mothers who are breastfeeding to make them feel inadequate. She's kind of a little hippy-dippy, so I'm not surprised kind of from her to hear that from her. She said that normally doctors are supposed to be recommending them, or they're recommended that doctors recommend them, if you know what I'm saying. And she said I can go ahead again, like the right water, and give it to him, but she didn't think it was necessary, but it couldn't hurt him. So I decided to pick that up. I don't know. We've been using them, and because we have such really crappy, gray, rainy, snowy weather, what the heck, this is almost May, and I just kind of feel like the vitamin D drops might help them. So we have purchased them, we've used them, and so far so good. So, yeah, so it was a busy week for appointments and outings, and then this last weekend we went to the mall, and oh my gosh, that was kind of a bad idea. I just wanted to get out. Friends of mine invited us to go out to the mall, and it's a big mall. So I was kind of worried. I'm like, which mall are we going to? I don't know if we can handle that. But we did. It was my first outing with the stroller, so we had to end up putting air in our tires. So thankfully my husband was home and he took it while I was getting the baby ready. We got to the mall. It was crazy. There was an event going on, and it was just busy. I mean, there was like line wrapped around to get into the parking ramp. I was like, oh God, what am I doing? But against my better judgment, I did go into the mall, and it was not that bad. It was pretty. Oh, stretch. It was, it was okay, but it just was chaotic because of dealing with a nursing issue and a stroller. And people are so rude. Oh my God, I had no idea how rude people are with a stroller. They walk like right in front of you. They just like cut you off. And let me tell you, the most irritating thing to me was the elevators. First of all, the elevators are slow. I'm just ranting here, but I have to get it out. Elevators are slow. Second of all, people that are perfectly able-bodied, I'm sorry, they are like pushing people out of the way with strollers and babies and disabled people that need the elevator. And they're just so rude. It's like, really? Are you that lazy you can't take an escalator down the thing? I mean, down to the next floor. Instead, there's elevators are few and far between, and then they're slow, and then you're dealing with that. So I was really kind of getting frustrated, and I, in a way, kind of wished that I didn't go because it was just kind of a it was a frustrating experience in a way. It wasn't that bad. I did, get to go to a couple stores that I wanted to, but after like those couple of stores, and then a horrible experience at the food court dealing with people and trying to find a place to sit with my friends, I was like, okay, we need to get out of here. So definitely is, I'm kind of a person that likes to get where they're going. I'm not. Oh, sorry, hold on. What's wrong? Oh, sorry guys. Oh, honey, what's wrong? Yeah, so anyways, that was our mall experience, and I think I'll probably wait on bringing him to at least that mall for a long time. Maybe we'll just go to the smaller mall that's by our house. And, I'm not the kind of person that likes to be in the house 24/7, and I just get a little stir crazy, and, I am definitely mindful of places that I bring him, and, I want the best for his health and safety, and, I definitely would not take him anywhere where I felt like he would be at danger, and he wasn't at like a danger or risk, being at the mall. It was just chaotic, and we need to get out because we have bad, crappy weather, and I thought we would be going on walks outside at the park, around the lakes, but that just hasn't happened for us yet, and hopefully this week will be a lot nicer so we can get out and get some fresh air, right, baby? Okay, well, I think he's waking up. I'm going to go ahead quickly and see, and I'm going to show you him, and I'll show you my second week postpartum body. Say hi, Amir. Yeah, and I'm so tired. So tired, yeah. So, I'm going to go ahead quickly, if I can, and show you my postpartum second week. I was thinking about doing this on a monthly basis, but I think I'll forget if I don't do it on a weekly basis. So, I feel like it pretty much looks the same. Still have a pooch. But all in all, it's not too far off from my post or pre-pregnancy body. So, you know, have fit into jeans that I fit into previously. I haven't busted out all of my clothes yet, but I will be doing that shortly and evaluating what fits. But hopefully I do fit into some things at least. I guess we'll know the zero. What am I trying to say? We'll know if I can fit when I bust out all those clothes. I have no idea really how much. I know how much I lost, actually. I've lost 25 pounds since I've had him. So that's great. I gained about 35 to 40 pounds. It fluctuated at the end. It went down a little bit. So 10, 15 pounds off. Not too bad. Second week postpartum. I'm feeling great. Stitches are not really bothering me very often. However, there is moments where I feel like there's a lot of pressure. Again, like if I'm using the toilet, or you know, if I'm sitting too long, and I do start to feel a little bit sore. So I'm still doing the Epsom baths, warm water with Epsom salt, and those do help. And I'm still using my period bottle because I want to be safe, and I'm going to keep doing that until my 6-week postpartum appointment. And, oh yes, we did give him his first bath, and let me tell you, he absolutely loved it. I thought he was going to hate it because he doesn't like to be naked, but he loved it. He just really enjoyed it. The warm water really soothed him, and he was splashing his little feet kind of in there, and he loved it, and it was so cute. We recorded it. Unfortunately, my husband did it on his iPhone, and he tried to send it to me, and it broke down into parts, but whatever. At least we have the memory. We need to get ourselves a nice camera to record his moments, because iPad and iPhone and all that stuff doesn't cut it. I need a nice way to record it, and maybe I can record some higher quality videos and do some editing, maybe. So that's it. This is 2nd week postpartum for me, and 2nd week of life for my baby boy, and we are just thrilled. I can't tell you enough how thrilled we are with him, and he's pretty much an easygoing baby. We feel so lucky. There's just a few nights, like the last couple of nights, we've been up kind of late. I've been doing school stuff, and you know, he was definitely a little fussier today than normal, but we just are really thrilled with how things are going for the most part. So thank you so much for watching, and have a great day.